On Whirlpool presents ESPNcricinfo T20 timeout powered by Dell. We're looking at a massive game between Hyderabad and Bangalore at Sharjah. Joining me shortly, Tom Moody and Untitled Chapter. Right, gents, both teams must win this, you'd think, to just make matters easier for them as the race for the playoffs heats up. Let's go to Tom Moody first. Tom, we're saying Bangalore should consider bringing back Udana at Sharjah. Thoughts?
Yeah, look, definitely. I think that'll be a smart move. He hasn't really shown that that he's getting those breakthroughs in the power play overs, and defensively, it's not really, particularly at the latter part of his career, so certainly not the strength in his game. Udana is sort of known as a defensive bowler, and that's exactly what you need in Sharjah. So not only has he got all the tricks with regards to the back of the hand slower balls, the Yorkers, but he also creates that point of difference as a left arm over. So, to me, that would be a simple swap.
Ajit, it looked like while Udana was in the team, he was being used less and less. Would you bring him back for STEYN?
Yeah, it's a tough one to say don't play Dale Steyn, isn't it? It's what I saw of him in Abu Dhabi. The pace is up there, which was a good thing. Someone who's not played, but I think Udana might just give them something different, especially in tough conditions. And even though he's not been used a lot, but Udana might just offer them a little bit different to what they have at this point in their attack.
Now, the reason we said this is because STEYN, of course, replaced Moeen Ali effectively as the overseas last game. We go to our next point, Ajit, where we're saying that Bangalore can actually afford to play with a batsman short at Sharjah. So if STEYN is fit, they could leave a batsman out in SHIVAM DUBE.
I think so. I mean, okay, they collapsed against Mumbai, but they were in a good position. Not many times is AB de Villiers going to hit a full toss straight to deep square leg. So they have enough batting to afford that extra bowling option, because you will need them. We've seen that he's reluctant to bowl DUBE, and rightly so in pressure situations. I don't think you're going to look at DUBE. So if STEYN is fit, he walks into the team for me.
Yeah, Tommy, if you look at that team from the last game, at number 8, you've got either a Washington Sundar or a Chris Morris. They can afford to play one batter less if STEYN is fit and strengthen the bowling?
Without a doubt. Morris, to me, is a genuine number 7 in IPL cricket, and that's where he should be batting, because he can have a genuine impact. He's got a very high strike rate. So to me, it makes perfect sense. DUBE at the moment is neither here nor there with the bat or with the ball. So he's rarely going to be used with the ball. And if they bat like they should be batting, he's going to be rarely used at number 8 as a batsman. So you're better off having an extra string to your bow with your bowling. And STEYN, if fit, comes back into the side and gives them that pace.
All right. Next up, Shahbaz Nadeem in and out of the team, Tom. In his last 2 games, he's just pulled the 1 over. We're saying that Hyderabad should still persist with him. Your thoughts?
Yeah, look, I think that would be a smart move. Nadeem's he's a clever bowler. He's been around the block a lot. He understands how to bowl. I also like the matchup with him, with Kohli and de Villiers. I think you'll see that there's not many bowlers that have a particularly good record against both those batsmen, but left arm spin can give you the option to tie them up, because that is quite a good matchup.
Ajit?
Yeah, I should. I mean, there's no reason why not. You've just had a massive win. They played as well as they have in that previous game. Unless the conditions really demand a drastic change, why would you want to mess around with what's working?
Next up, we're saying if Vijay Shankar is injured, then Hyderabad should get Abhishek Sharma back in. Tom?
Yeah, look, I would have not left out Abhishek Sharma really from the get-go. I think he's a really exciting young player. I see him as a batsman that bowls, and he's also got the ability to hit boundaries, 4s and 6s. He's got a beautiful bat swing, hits the ball cleanly. So to me, to answer that question, yes, I would be using him in the 11, and his overs also can just add something to your attack if someone does go missing, in a challenging situation.
You have said previously, Ajit, that you would have Abhishek come in for Vijay Shankar anyway.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's unfortunate that he's not had as many opportunities this season, but there's something about him. You can see him, even when he's in the field, he gives you something. So he can give you overs if need be.
All right. And finally, Chris Morris should bowl 2 overs in the power play. Ajit?
I mean, it'll all depend on the situation. Yes, I mean, I'm always a big fan of your main bowlers bowling as much as they can possibly in the power play. There is obviously a lot dependent on the top order of Sunrisers, so you want to get early wickets. So if that's the case, a lot of the teams somehow go with these set plans, are quite reluctant to change it when the game starts. And I'm not sure why, because I think we've seen multiple times this competition that every time you get early wickets, you can dictate the proceedings a lot better.
Yeah, that last game just scored one early on, Tom, Chris Morris, perhaps to be held back for Pollard and Pandya against Mumbai. But with the kind of bowling form he's been in, would you like to see him bowl more in the power play?
Look, it makes a lot of sense, but clearly Sunrise's strength is that top order. And if you can expose that top order, more importantly, I suppose, if you can get Warner out, you go a long way towards sort of shaking up that middle order. So if he's, yes, I'd definitely start with him. If he's bowling well, why not give him two? Because, he gives you that chance of getting that advantage by removing Warner.
All right, Tom Moody, Ajit Agarkar, thank you very much. That wraps up our preview for the game between Hyderabad and Bengaluru on Whirlpool presents ESPN Cricinfo T20 Timeout, powered by Dell.